Growing up in Montana, Gary Cooper developed a deep connection to its wide open spaces and rugged landscapes, shaped by his father's work as a lawyer and rancher. Born Frank James Cooper on May 7, 1901, in Helena, Montana, he was the youngest of two children. His older brother, Arthur Leroy, was born in 1895. Both of his parents, Charles Henry Cooper and Alice Brazier Cooper, came from England and settled in Montana after meeting there. Charles's role as a rancher and lawyer instilled in Gary a sense of discipline and hard work, which he carried throughout his life. Meanwhile, Alice dedicated herself to managing the household, stressing moral values and cultural traditions to her children. From a young age, Gary learned resilience from the ranch and developed a quiet strength that would later define his acting career. His childhood on the Montana ranch provided him with a grounding in sincerity and modesty, qualities that resonated deeply in his portrayals of honest, rugged characters on the screen. As he grew older, these early experiences in Montana fueled his love for storytelling and shaped his persona as a quintessential cowboy figure in Hollywood. His connection to the land remained strong, guiding his choices and giving him an authentic presence that audiences continue to admire. Growing up in Montana, Gary Cooper was born into a family that carried British roots. His parents had moved from England to America before making their home in Montana. His father, Charles, was a man respected for his work as a lawyer and a rancher. He managed to balance his legal practice with his love for the outdoors, often spending time on the ranch and living a rugged life that reflected the spirit of the American West. His mother, Alice, played a very important role in shaping the family. She was the moral guide of the household, managing daily life and making sure that her children learned proper manners and values. She also cared about culture and education, helping her children grow up with a sense of propriety and respect for tradition. Because of this combination of her discipline and his father's adventurous ranching life, Gary's family background was a mix of law, ranching, discipline, and adventure. This mixture of influences was very important to shaping Gary Cooper's personality and character. It also influenced the kind of roles he would later play on screen, where strength, integrity, and a sense of adventure were often at the center of his performances. Growing up with these values and experiences helped him develop the steady and honest persona that made him a beloved actor. The roots of his family's background continued to influence him throughout his life, creating a foundation of resilience and integrity that he carried into his career. His early life was marked by these strong family values that emphasized both tradition and a sense of the wild, open West. Since Gary Cooper was raised on a ranch, his relationship with his only sibling Arthur became very important to him, especially during his childhood and teenage years. Arthur was 6 years older than Gary, which made him a mentor and a guiding figure for his younger brother. He introduced Gary to the world of ranching, showing him how to work with animals and manage the land. This helped Gary learn important skills that shaped his character and work ethic. Growing up on the ranch, the brothers spent much of their time together, creating a strong bond through shared adventures and the need to look out for each other. Their family life was somewhat isolated, and the brothers relied on one another for companionship, comfort, and understanding. Because they lived in a place where they had few friends nearby, their relationship grew stronger and became a core part of Gary's life. The bond between Gary and Arthur also taught him the values of loyalty, respect, and family, which he carried with him into his acting career and personal life. These early years, and his close relationship with his brother, played an important role in shaping his sense of identity and integrity, influencing the way he approached his work and relationships later in life. Their connection remained significant throughout his life, reflecting how family ties can leave a lasting impression. Growing up on a ranch, Gary Cooper's childhood was full of exciting adventures that shaped who he would become as an actor. He spent many hours riding horses across the vast open landscapes surrounding his family's ranch. The rugged terrain and rolling hills became familiar territory for him, and he often explored the countryside, discovering new places and learning how to handle horses with skill and confidence. Watching the ranch hands work tirelessly, he gained a deep appreciation for the hard life of those who lived and worked outdoors. This early experience with nature and ranch life became a vital part of his identity, giving him a natural understanding of the cowboy lifestyle. As he grew older, this foundation of authenticity stayed with him and was reflected in his acting. His comfort with the outdoors, combined with his knowledge of ranch work, allowed him to portray cowboy characters in movies with genuine realism. This connection to his childhood adventures helped him portray the rugged, honest spirit of the West in films, making his performances believable and relatable. Every scene he played often carried the essence of those early days filled with adventure and discovery, which he remembered with fondness throughout his career. His childhood adventures gave him the ability to bring to life the role of the cowboy, not just as an actor, but as someone who truly understood the land, the work, and the life that his characters represented. Growing up, Gary Cooper formed close friendships with local indigenous children and other boys from nearby ranches, giving him a special view of life beyond his own family's circle. These childhood bonds allowed him to experience the outdoors in a way that many others might not have had the chance to do. He would spend entire days swimming in streams, climbing rocks, playing games of tag and hide and seek, and exploring the wide open lands of Montana. These outdoor adventures taught him to appreciate nature and develop a sense of freedom and independence. His friends, many of whom were Native American, shared their cultural traditions and stories with him, exposing him to different ways of life that were new and meaningful. This early exposure helped him understand and respect different backgrounds and beliefs, and it made him more open-minded and kind. The friendships he made during these outdoor hours left a lasting impression on him, shaping his views on diversity and caring for others. Through these experiences, Gary learned to see the world with empathy and compassion, qualities he carried with him into his later life and career. These childhood days in Montana, filled with outdoor play and meaningful friendships, helped to make him the compassionate and understanding person many remember today. Because Gary Cooper had a free-spirited childhood, his mother Alice often felt worried about the influences around him. She was especially concerned about the local ranch hands and his indigenous friends. She was troubled to hear that Gary would often swim naked in the nearby creek, sometimes with a young Native American girl who would wait on the shore patiently. This behavior made Alice uncomfortable because she thought it was not proper or respectful. She believed that her son needed a more disciplined and refined upbringing. To help guide Gary and her other children, she arranged for them to stay in England for a long time. In England, they could enjoy a more structured environment and learn the British values Alice believed were important. She wanted her sons to grow up with good manners, respect, and proper decorum. Her influence was always present in their lives, serving as a constant reminder for her children to stay close to the values she cherished. Through her actions, she hoped to steer her sons away from behaviors she saw as too wild or improper, making sure they learned the importance of discipline and respect for tradition. Her constant concern reflected her deep desire to give her children a good future, based on the standards she held dear, and she worked hard during their time in England to ensure they followed her wishes. Since his childhood, Gary Cooper's early years were deeply influenced by the decision to send him and his brother Arthur to England for schooling. This choice was made with the intention of broadening their horizons beyond the familiar surroundings of Montana, and to help them develop a strong sense of discipline. At Dunstable Grammar School, the boys learned a range of subjects, including Latin, French, and English history. These subjects provided them with a solid foundation rooted in classical education, allowing them to understand the traditions and cultural heritage of their parents' homeland. Living under the care of their grandparents, Gary and Arthur had to adapt to a lifestyle that was quite different from the freedom they previously enjoyed in Montana. The structured routine and academic challenges of school life in England helped shape their character, instilling values of discipline and respect for tradition. This experience not only expanded their knowledge, but also laid the groundwork for Gary Cooper's lifelong appreciation for education and culture. This period of his life was pivotal in shaping his outlook on life and his future pursuits. Through this upbringing, Gary gained a deeper understanding of the importance of education, which later influenced his professionalism and dedication to his craft as an actor. His early exposure to diverse cultures and disciplined learning environments contributed significantly to the depth and authenticity he brought to his performances. That formative experience in England remained a crucial part of his personal development, influencing his views on life, art, and the value of cultural enrichment. After the outbreak of World War I in 1914, Alice, the mother of Gary Cooper, decided that it was safer for her family to leave Hollywood and return to Montana. She believed that the safety of her sons was more secure in the rural, less populated state. So, the family moved into a house on North Beatty Street, settling into a quieter life away from the bustling entertainment industry. Not long after their move, Gary, then 15 years old, experienced a difficult setback when he was involved in an automobile accident. The accident resulted in a serious hip injury that would bother him for the rest of his life, affecting his gait and making walking more difficult. Despite this injury being a major obstacle, his doctor recommended horseback riding as a form of therapy. Riding horses helped him recover and also strengthened his connection to the cowboy way of life that was so deeply rooted in Montana. This period of his life became a turning point, as the physical challenge and the healing process influenced his overall presence and build. It also played a part in shaping his future career, as he would later become known for his rugged, handsome cowboy image on screen. Growing up amid the wide open spaces of Montana and overcoming personal injury without giving up helped mold his character and personality. The experiences he had during this time, especially the exposure to horseback riding and the cowboy culture, left a lasting impact that would be reflected in his acting roles and public persona. His resilience and the environment he grew up in contributed significantly to the confident, strong character he would later portray in Hollywood. After completing his basic education, Gary Cooper decided to pursue higher education by enrolling at Wesleyan Junior College in Helena. He was eager to learn more and expand his understanding of the world beyond his initial schooling. Later, he transferred to Grinnell College in Iowa, where he continued his studies and further developed his interests. During his time in college, Gary used his summers to work in Yellowstone National Park, where he served as a bus driver and tour guide. These summers were a special time for him because he had the chance to lead visitors through the park's beautiful landscapes and natural wonders. His role involved more than just driving and guiding. It was an opportunity for him to tell stories about the park's animals, geology, and history. His charm, storytelling skills, and knowledge of the outdoors made his tours enjoyable and memorable for many visitors. These experiences helped him build confidence and improve his ability to connect with people, qualities that would later be seen in his acting career. His college years gave him a broader view of life and the world, helping him understand different perspectives and cultures. They also prepared him for the challenges in his future career, teaching him discipline, communication, and resilience. Traveling and working in Yellowstone showed him the importance of engaging with people and the value of storytelling, skills that played a key role in shaping his success as an actor. His time in college and Yellowstone was a crucial part of his journey, helping him grow both personally and professionally. The lessons he learned during these years stayed with him, guiding his path toward becoming one of Hollywood's most admired stars. After 1924, the life of Gary Cooper changed significantly because of a family relocation that would influence his future entirely. His father, Charles Cooper, accepted a new job in California where he was to manage the estates of two relatives. This was a major step forward for the Cooper family, as it not only meant moving to a new state, but also opening new professional opportunities. Charles Cooper also started a law firm in California, which gave the family a sense of stability and progress. The move was driven by both family responsibilities and career advancement, and it marked a new chapter for them. The Cooper family's relocation placed Gary in the right position to discover a new world of opportunities. California was beginning to become the center of the thriving film industry, a place full of dreams and chances for those seeking work in movies. Although Gary initially stayed behind in Montana to finish his education, he was aware that California held promising prospects. Soon after completing his studies, he joined his parents in California, where the film industry was growing rapidly around him. Growing up near Hollywood helped shape Gary's ambitions and set the foundation for his future as an actor. The move to California was not just about family obligations, but also about stepping into a world where acting and movies would become his life's work. Moving closer to the heart of the entertainment world, Gary could see the path ahead clearly and began to pursue his dreams. This family relocation played a critical role in transforming Gary Cooper from a young boy in Montana to the iconic actor known around the world. From the very beginning, Gary Cooper had a strong desire to become a painter, a dream that stayed with him throughout his college years. He was passionate about art and spent much of his time nurturing this interest. His dorm room was decorated with his own paintings, which he created with care and dedication. He often talked about wanting to turn his artistic talents into a career, dreaming of becoming a professional artist. When he moved to Los Angeles, he took on odd jobs to make enough money to pay for art classes. He hoped that someday he could earn a living by doing what he loved most, creating art. This desire to express himself through art became part of his identity. Even after his move to Hollywood and his career in acting took off, his love for art did not fade. Instead, it influenced the way he approached his acting, allowing him to bring more depth and emotion to his roles. His creative instincts, shaped by his early dreams, helped him to understand characters better and give illustrations of genuine human emotion on screen. Although he became famous for his work in films, the artistic ambitions that were so important to him in his youth remained a vital part of who he was. His journey from a young artist dreaming of painting to a Hollywood actor who used his creativity to enrich his performances shows how his early passion stayed with him through all his success. Certainly, here is the detailed and coherent text based on the provided summary. Gary Cooper's journey into acting began with a fortunate set of connections and opportunities. He met friends from Montana who introduced him to a rodeo champion named J. Slim Talbot. Recognizing Gary's natural talent and rugged appearance, Talbot decided to help him get a break in the film industry. He took Gary to see a casting director, and this meeting marked the start of his career in movies. Gary was offered small roles as a stunt rider, which meant he could perform daring tricks and stunts on horseback. Although the wages for these early jobs were modest, they gave him valuable experience and a chance to learn how the movie world operated. These initial roles also helped him build a network of contacts within Hollywood. His tough, cowboy look and horseback riding skills made him stand out among other aspiring actors. As a result, he began landing more minor roles, each one gradually opening new doors for him in the film industry. These early opportunities set the foundation for a successful acting career that would later make him one of Hollywood's most respected and beloved stars. Certainly, when Gary Cooper first entered the entertainment industry, there was a need to distinguish him from another actor named Frank Cooper. To avoid confusion, his agent suggested that he change his first name. Inspired by her hometown, she proposed the name Gary, which she thought suited him well. Embracing this change, he adopted the stage name Gary Cooper and began to build his career under this new identity. Soon after, he found himself frequently cast in Western films. This genre was a natural fit for him because of his genuine presence and his ease on horseback. His ability to ride well and portray cowboy characters convincingly made him stand out in Hollywood. Directors and filmmakers appreciated his authentic style and his natural talent with horses, which made him a popular choice for Western roles. As he gained more experience, his distinctive presence and skill with horsemanship became signature traits that set him apart from others in the industry. Over time, these qualities helped him rise through the ranks and become a well-respected actor known for his cowboy roles. His name change and initial struggles ultimately led to a successful career filled with memorable performances that showcased his authenticity and love for Western characters. After many years of work in smaller roles and television parts, Gary Cooper finally achieved his big break with his role in the film The Virginian. This movie became a turning point in his career and helped him become a famous actor. In the film, he played the part of a cowboy with a strong sense of right and wrong. Audiences connected with his honest portrayal of the character, which showed both his toughness and his kindness. One of the most famous lines from the movie is when he says, "If you want to call me that, smile." This line became very well known and is still remembered today as a symbol of his style. The success of The Virginian proved that Cooper could handle serious roles and express deep feelings, not just physical strength. His performance as a cowboy helped to make him a well-known actor and a popular choice for similar roles. Because the film did so well, it opened the door for Cooper to take on even more important and challenging parts. These roles would eventually help build his reputation as one of the greatest actors of his time, known especially for playing rugged, honest, and sympathetic characters. The Virginian stayed a key film in his career, setting the stage for his future films where he continued to shine as a leading man. His portrayal of the cowboy with a good heart made him a household name and cemented his place in Hollywood history. From that moment on, Gary Cooper was recognized not just as an actor, but as a symbol of integrity and strength in American film. His role in The Virginian remains one of the most important moments in his career and helped shape his legacy as a legendary actor. Throughout his career, Gary Cooper was known for his romantic entanglements, often forming relationships with his leading ladies. His affair with Marlene Dietrich during the filming of Morocco was well publicized and caught the attention of many fans and the media. Along with Dietrich, he was linked to several other actresses, which added to his reputation as a romantic figure on and off the screen. Despite these affairs, Cooper remained loyal to his wife and family, making efforts to balance his personal life with the challenging demands of his busy career. His relationships with Hollywood actresses created a sense of mystery and charm around him, making him one of the most intriguing and admired actors of his time. However, these romantic relationships eventually began to take a toll on his marriage, creating some strain behind the scenes. Even with his tumultuous love life, Cooper's reputation for seriousness, integrity, and dedication persisted, and he was seen as a man who sincerely cared about his family despite the pressures of fame. His personal life was often a mix of private passion and public respect, which only added depth to his image as a legendary Hollywood figure. Over time, the complexities of his love life became part of his story, highlighting the challenges that come with fame and personal relationships in the world of Hollywood. His love life showed a man who was as human as anyone else, dealing with the joys and struggles of balancing love, loyalty, and career. Because his popularity grew beyond borders in the early 1930s, Gary Cooper became a well-known name not only in the United States, but also in many other countries. During this time, he acted in films that reached audiences across different continents, helping to make him an international star. One of the most important films that contributed to his global recognition was Morocco, where he starred alongside Marlene Dietrich. His performance in this film was especially praised in Europe, earning him admiration and turning him into a household name. The chemistry between Cooper and Dietrich on screen was captivating, and viewers appreciated their performances, which helped him gain a new loyal audience in Europe. This period signaled a turning point in his career as he started to be recognized for his talent and charm on a worldwide scale. His ability to handle a variety of roles with ease showed his versatility and added to his charm that appealed to many different cultures. His rise to fame was clearly rooted in his natural talent and his skill in connecting with people across different countries. Through his work in international films, Gary Cooper proved that his appeal was not limited to America, but extended all over the world, making him an enduring figure in global cinema. His ability to adapt to diverse roles and his genuine screen presence made him a favorite in many countries, and his international fame continued to grow as he took on more projects that showcased his wide-ranging talent. The success of his films outside of the United States helped cement his reputation as a true international actor, one whose legacy goes beyond national borders. His journey into worldwide fame was marked by his performances that resonated with viewers everywhere, and by the universal appeal of his natural charisma. Through these achievements, Gary Cooper demonstrated that his talent could cross borders and touch hearts worldwide, leaving a lasting impression long after his movies were shown. Because of his demanding filming schedule, Gary Cooper faced serious health challenges by 1931. The intense workload caused him to lose a significant amount of weight, and he began suffering from anemia, a condition that made him very tired and weak. He also developed jaundice, which turned his skin and eyes yellow, indicating problems with his liver. Along with these physical health issues, he experienced depression, feeling overwhelmed and emotionally exhausted from the pressures of Hollywood. Recognizing that he needed time to recover, Cooper decided to take a year off from acting to rest and regain his strength. He chose to go to Europe, where life was slower and more relaxing. During this time, he focused on his health, eating better and relaxing more. The break helped him recover both physically and mentally, and it gave him a renewed sense of spirit. This period of rest was very important because it showed how demanding Hollywood could be, and the sacrifices actors had to make to stay successful. It also highlighted that taking care of oneself was essential, especially when facing such serious health issues. Cooper's experience serves as a reminder of the toll that fame and constant work can have on a person's health. His ability to pause and recover allowed him to continue his career with renewed energy and determination. His time in Europe gave him the chance to heal and prepare for the future, showing that sometimes a break is necessary to maintain long-term success and well-being. After returning to Hollywood, Gary Cooper signed a new contract with Paramount Pictures, which was a significant step in his career. The contract guaranteed him a weekly salary of $4,000, a substantial amount at that time, and it required him to make 2 films each year. This agreement showed how highly Paramount valued him as an actor and recognized his talent and star power in Hollywood. With this new contract, Cooper entered a fresh chapter filled with promising opportunities and important projects. His first film under this deal was A Farewell to Arms, a movie adapted from Ernest Hemingway's famous novel. This role allowed him to display his dramatic skills and reach a new level of acting. Critics praised his performance because he brought great emotional depth to his character, making the story more powerful. The partnership with Paramount turned out to be one of the most successful in his career, helping him to stay among Hollywood's most admired stars. This collaboration was vital in establishing his reputation not only as a leading man, but also as a versatile actor capable of tackling serious, emotional roles. Over time, this contract helped Cooper build a legacy that would last long in the history of Hollywood, and it marked a turning point that would influence his future projects and popularity. His work with Paramount continued to produce memorable films, and his standing as one of the top actors remained firm. Throughout this partnership, Cooper proved that he was more than just a handsome face. He was a serious actor with the talent and dedication to match his rising fame. His success with Paramount played an important part in shaping his career and reinforcing his position at the top of Hollywood. After marrying Veronica "Rocky" Balfe in 1933, Gary Cooper found a refuge from the hectic life of Hollywood. Rocky, a wealthy New York socialite and actress, shared his love for nature and outdoor activities, which brought them closer together. They bought a ranch in Encino, California, a quiet place where they could enjoy privacy and escape the public eye. Their life on the ranch was simple and peaceful, filled with riding, outdoor chores, and skeet shooting. Rocky was skilled at shooting and even won some competitions, showing her talent and shared interests with Gary. Their bond grew stronger because of their common hobbies and love of the outdoors. However, Gary's acting career demanded a lot of his time, and he traveled often for work. This put some strain on their relationship, but Rocky's steady presence gave him a sense of stability in his sometimes unpredictable life. She was always there to support him, standing by him through many ups and downs, even when his romantic relationships outside their marriage became a topic of gossip. Despite the challenges of fame and a busy schedule, their marriage remained a foundation of strength for Gary Cooper, with Rocky helping him find balance and support amid the spotlight. Immediately after beginning his acting career, Gary Cooper achieved a major milestone when he received his first Academy Award nomination. This recognition came for his role in the film titled Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. In this movie, he played the part of Longfellow Deeds, a kind-hearted man from a small town who unexpectedly inherits a large fortune. His portrayal of Deeds caught the attention of audiences and critics alike because he brought a sense of warmth and sincerity that made the character feel real and relatable. Cooper's ability to blend humor with moments of vulnerability helped to show that he was not just a typical leading man, but a talented actor capable of deeper emotional expression. His performance was praised for how well he could make the character both funny and sincere, which helped him stand out among other actors of that time. The nomination was a turning point in Cooper's career, as it marked the first time the Academy acknowledged his talent. It also helped establish him as a serious actor, someone who could handle complex roles with ease. From that moment on, he became more widely recognized and respected in Hollywood, opening doors for more prominent and varied roles in the future. This first nomination not only boosted his confidence, but also set him on a path toward becoming one of the most respected actors of his generation. His performance in Mr. Deeds Goes to Town remains a key part of his legacy and demonstrated his skill at combining comedic timing with heartfelt emotion. As a result, Gary Cooper's first Academy Award nomination is remembered as a significant achievement that launched his successful career in the film industry. By the late 1930s, Gary Cooper had become one of the most popular actors in Hollywood, frequently ranked among the top 10 box office attractions. His performances in films like Beau Geste and The Westerner showed his versatility as an actor, as he could portray characters with depth and complexity. His ability to connect with audiences played a big role in his success, and his films consistently drew large crowds to theaters. This period marked a time of steady success for Cooper, solidifying his reputation as a bankable star. His presence on screen was powerful and reliable, making him a favorite among moviegoers. As his films continued to do well financially, his status as a leading man was firmly established. Cooper's talent, combined with his natural charm and ability to bring authenticity to his roles, made him stand out in Hollywood's competitive film industry. During this time, he became known not only for his acting skills but also for his consistent box office appeal, which kept him at the top of the industry for many years. His steady rise as a top box office star reflected his widespread popularity and his capacity to draw audiences to theaters with each new film. This period of success laid the groundwork for a long-lasting career that would influence future generations of actors. His reputation as a top box office star was no accident, but the result of talent, hard work, and a genuine connection with his audience. Cooper's ability to choose roles that resonated with viewers helped him stay at the forefront of Hollywood stardom, and his films remain popular with audiences across the country. As his career continued to grow, he became one of the most iconic actors of his era, known for his dependable performances and his strong screen presence. The impact of his work in this period went beyond just box office numbers. He became a symbol of reliable talent and authentic storytelling that left a lasting mark on Hollywood. Later in his life, Gary Cooper formed a close friendship with the famous author Ernest Hemingway, which began in the late 1930s. This friendship was built on their shared love for adventure, hunting, and spending time outdoors. They often traveled and relaxed together in the scenic town of Sun Valley, Idaho, where they enjoyed fishing, hiking, and quiet conversations about life and their interests. Hemingway admired Gary's talent as an actor and respected his personality and strength. He even wrote the screenplay for the movie For Whom the Bell Tolls, keeping Gary in mind as the ideal actor for the lead role. Their bond was more than just friendship. It was a source of inspiration and comfort for both men. For Gary, Hemingway's company brought a sense of camaraderie and intellectual stimulation that influenced him deeply. They supported each other during difficult times, sharing personal struggles and celebrating successes. Their friendship remained strong over many years, demonstrating a true connection that helped shape both their lives and careers. Through their talks about life and their adventures, Gary Cooper gained a valuable friend who shared his passion for exploration and honesty. Their relationship serves as a reminder of how genuine friendship can influence a person's outlook and bring joy in moments of challenge. Initially, Gary Cooper's role in the film Sergeant York stands out as one of his most celebrated performances. During World War II, when the film was released, it struck a chord with audiences across the country. The story was based on the true life of Alvin C. York, a soldier from World War I who became a national hero for his bravery. Cooper's portrayal of York was powerful and authentic, capturing the courage, moral strength, and heroism of the real Alvin York. His performance resonated deeply with viewers at a time when the nation needed inspiring stories of patriotism and integrity. Cooper's ability to bring sincerity to his character earned him critical acclaim and the Academy Award for Best Actor. The film itself became the highest-grossing movie of 1941, demonstrating its significant impact. This role helped to define Cooper's reputation as an actor who embodied American ideals such as bravery, honesty, and moral character. It also elevated his status in Hollywood, making him one of the most respected and admired actors of his time. The success of Sergeant York not only showcased his acting talent, but also contributed to his lasting legacy as an icon of American culture during a difficult period in history. The film's popularity persisted, and Cooper's portrayal remains a prime example of his skill at embodying inspiring, heroic figures in cinema. From the video Gary Cooper, the Montana Cowboy, we see how his early life on a Montana ranch shaped who he became. Growing up with a father who was both a lawyer and a rancher gave him lessons in discipline, hard work, and resilience. His mother helped instill strong moral values and cultural traditions which he carried throughout his life. The rugged landscapes of Montana and the simple, honest life he knew there made him feel connected to nature and to the values of honesty and humility. These qualities stayed with him as he grew older and helped him become a famous actor. His experiences in Montana gave him authenticity and a quiet strength that made his characters real and relatable. He brought this genuine presence to the big screen, showing audiences the true spirit of a cowboy. As he moved into Hollywood, his roots in Montana remained important, shaping his image as the true American cowboy. His life story reminds us of the importance of staying true to our values and loving where we come from. His legacy continues today because of his honest portrayal of rugged, humble characters who reflect the spirit of Montana and the West. The video highlights how his early life and connection to Montana made him a Hollywood legend and a symbol of American strength and integrity.